in this house. Silence. Mom and Dad were frozen. Les? Mom asked. Did she say she was living here? Young lady, you are not living here. You live in the dorm. I'm not. I'm living here. And that's my decision. That's illegal. The rule said you have to live on campus, Claire. You can't just outside the windows at night or slipping up on them stealthily and quick as an assassin. I can. I did. I'm not going back there. Well, I'm not paying good money just to have you squat in some old wreck with a bunch of... Dad was at a loss for words. To describe how little he thought of Eve and Shane. Friends. And are they even in school? I'm currently between majors, Shane offered. Shut up! Claire was nearly in tears now. Alright, that's it. Get your things, Claire. You're coming with us. All the amusement faded out of Shane's face. No, she isn't. Not at night. Sorry. Dad got red faced and even more furious and leveled a finger at her. Is this why you're here? All the boys living under the same roof? Oh, Claire, you're too young for this. Shane. Shane's a flop. Shane, I'm sure you're a perfectly nice boy. She didn't sound like special confidence, but you have to understand that Claire's a very special girl, and she's very young. She's a kid, Dad interrupted. She's 16. And we took advantage of her. Dad! Claire thought her face might be just as red as his, for a very different reason. Enough already. Shane's my friend. Stop embarrassing me. Embarrassing you? Claire, how do you think we feel? Dad roared. In the silence, Claire heard Michael say mildly from the stairs. I think maybe we'd all better sit down. They didn't all sit down. Shane and Eve escaped to the kitchen while Claire heard a clattering of pots and furious whispering. She was sitting uncomfortably on the couch between her parents and bookends, looking mournfully at Michael, who was sitting in the armchair. He looked calm and collected, but then he would. Mom? Dad? This is Michael. He's a dead guy. Yeah, that would really help. My name is Michael Glass, he said and extended his hand to Claire's dad like an equal. Dad, surprised, took in a shook. You've already met my other two roommates, Eve Rosser and Shane Collins. Sir, I know you're concerned about Claire. You should be. She's on her own for the first time, and she's younger than most kids coming to college. I don't blame you for being worried. Dad diffused, instead of looking stubborn. And who the heck are you, Michael Glass? I own this house. I rent a room to your daughter. How old are you? A little over 18. So are Shane and me. We've known each other for a long time. And to be honest, we didn't really want to let another person into the house, but we had an empty bedroom, and splitting costs 4 ways is better. I thought a long time about letting Claire stay here. We had house meetings about it. Claire blinked at me. They did? My daughter's a minor. I'm not happy about this. Not at all. Sir, I understand. I wasn't too happy about it either. Even having her here is a risk for us. You understand. Michael didn't have to go into it. Claire saw her dad totally got it. But she needed us. And we couldn't turn her away. You mean you couldn't turn her away, her money away? Dad said, frowning for answer. Michael got up, went to a wooden box sitting on the shelf and took out an envelope. He handed it to her dad. That's what she paid me. The whole amount. I kept it in case she wanted to leave. This wasn't about money, Mr. Danvers. It was about Claire's safety. Michael glanced across at her, and she bit her lip. She'd been hoping to avoid this, desperately hoping, but she couldn't see any way out of it now. She nodded slightly and slumped back into the couch, cushions trying to make herself smaller. Claire's dorm was girls only, Claire's mom put in. She reached over to stroke Claire's hair absently, the way she did when Claire was little. Claire endured it. Actually, she secretly liked it a little, and had to fight not to relax against Mom's side. Oh. And let herself be hugged, protected. She was safe, wasn't she? That Monica girl said. You talked to Monica? Claire said sharply, and looked wide-eyed at her mother. Mom frowned, a little dark eyes concerned. Yes, of course I did. I was trying to find out where you'd gone. And Monica was very helpful. I'll bet. Claire muttered. The idea of Monica standing there, smiling at her mom, looking innocent at night, probably was sickening. She said you were staying here, Mom finished. Claire, honey, why would you leave the dorm? I know you're not a silly girl. You wouldn't do it if you didn't have a reason. She did. She was being hazed. Hazed? Mom repeated the word like she had no idea what it meant. From what Claire told me, it started small. All the freshman girls get it from the older ones. Nasty stuff, but not dangerous. But she got on the wrong side of the wrong girl, and she was getting hurt. That was Dad, who now had something to hold on to. When she came here, she had bruises like a road map. To be honest, I wanted to call the cops, but she wouldn't let me. But I couldn't let her go back there. She wasn't going to get knocked around. I think her life was in danger. Mom's hand had frozen in Claire's hair, and she let out a little moan. It's not that bad. I mean, look, nothing broken or anything. I had a sore ankle for a while, and a black eye, but a black eye? It's gone, see? About her eyelashes. Mom's gaze searched her face with agonizing care. Honest, it's over. Done. Everything's fine now. No, Michael said, it's not. But Claire's handling it, and we're watching out for her. Shane especially. He had a little sister, and he's taken an interest in making sure Claire stays safe. But more than that, I think Claire's taking care of herself. And that's what she has to learn. Don't you agree? Michael leaned forward, hands loosely clasped, elbows on his knees. In the glow of the lamps, his hair was rich gold, his eyes angel blue. If anybody ever looked trustworthy, it was Michael Glass. Of course he was dead and all, which Claire had to bite her tongue not to blurt out in sheer, altered state panic. Mom and Dad were thinking. She knew she had to say something. Something important. Something that would make them not drag her by the ear. I can't leave, she said. It came from her heart, and she meant every word. Her voice stayed absolutely steady, too, for once. Mom? Dad, I know that you're afraid for me, and I love you. But I need to stay here. Michael isn't telling me this, but they put themselves on the line for me, and I owe it to them to stay until it's settled, and I'm sure they won't get into trouble for me. It's what I have to do. You understand? And I can do it. I have to. Claire, Mom says in a small choked voice, you're 6. You're a child. I'm not. I'm 16 and a half, and I'm not giving up. I never have. You know that. They did. But I fought all the life against the odds, and both her parents knew it. They knew how stubborn she was. More they knew how important it was to her. I don't like this, her dad said. But he sounded unhappy now, not angry. I don't like you living with all the boys off campus, and I want these people who hurt you stopped. Then I have to stop them. It's my problem, and there are other girls in that dorm getting hurt too. So it isn't just about me. I need to do it for them too. Michael raised his eyebrows a little slightly, but didn't answer. Mom wiped out her eyes with a handkerchief. Eve appeared in the doorway, wearing a huge apron with red lips embalmed with that red kiss the cook. Peered uncertainly at them, and gave Claire's parents a nervous smile. Dinner's ready, she said. Oh, we wouldn't. Mom said, the heck we can't. I'm starved. Is that chili? Dinner was uncomfortable. Dad made non-committal grunts about the quality of the chili. Shane like he was barely holding on to his laughter most of the time. He was so nervous that Claire thought she would jitter right out in the chair, and Michael was the calm one. We had all. Claire had never felt more like the kid at the big table in her life. So Michael, Claire's mother said, nibbling, what is it you do? Haunts the house where he died? Claire thought and bit her lip. I'm a musician. Oh really? What do you play? I love classical music. Now even Michael looked uncomfortable. Shane coughed into his napkin and drained Coke in huge gulps to drown out his hiccup in laughter. Piano and guitar, but mostly guitar, acoustic and electric. Any good? Shane's shoulders were shaking. I don't know, Michael said. I work hard at it. He's very good, Eve jumped in, eyes bright and flashing. Honestly, Michael, you should quit being so humble. Really great. It's just a matter of time before you really do something big, and you know it. Michael looked blank, expressionless. That didn't quite hide the pain, Claire thought. Someday. Hey Shane, thanks for dinner. Good stuff. Yeah. Not bad. Spicy. As if that was a flaw.